This afternoon. My name is Justin Hiltner. I'm the editor for the Bluegrass Situation. Visit us at thebluegrasssituation.com for all things roots music, bluegrass, and country music. We are so excited to be back at Earl Scruggs Music Festival for our 4th year in a row as media partners and sponsors and just fans of this really excellent event and the community that y'all are building together. And that's why we're here this afternoon, to celebrate community, to celebrate Western North Carolina, the music that makes this area great, and the resilience and the strength that you have all had through the last year. That's what we're about to celebrate with Healing the Hollers this afternoon. If you see there's posters scattered about that our host is going to tell you about here in a minute that have QR codes on them for donating. The next hour and a half is all about supporting this region and supporting the recovery after Hurricane Helene. So without further ado, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for your support of BGS and Earl Scruggs Music Festival. I'm going to bring on your host for Healing the Hollers. Here's the iconic and legendary Laura Boosinger.
Thank you so much. Right now I am. Trying to figure out what my job is. At this moment I'm emceeing. I'm so happy to see y'all out here. This is a really special day for the Blue Ridge National Heritage Area and the Blue Ridge Music Trails. I Am AVL is live streaming right now all over Facebook. You can sit there in your seats, and folks at home, there will be QR codes on the Facebook links as well as these posters to donate to the Blue Ridge National Heritage Area. You might want to wonder why you would do that. The Heritage Area supports 5 different cultural assets in 25 counties of Western North Carolina, 29 counties in the music. When venues were destroyed and artists lost their musical instruments and their homes and their jobs, the Heritage Area stepped up to help get funding to these artists. We had a couple of partners for that. One was the Jazz Foundation in New York City, gave money to banjo players and fiddle players and even a few dobro players, I think. Yes, you can give them a big hand. They have been a great partner with us. They've sponsored 10 concerts throughout the region, and part of the reason we did these concerts was to get musicians out performing again, but we also are helping venues in areas that were affected by the hurricane. Those were places like Old Forks, Toccoa, and a lot more venues. But we're definitely part of this Earl Scruggs family. All of the musicians up here today have a story to tell, and I'm sure they will tell you about what they went through. Also, make sure you visit the Main Street Mall up there on the 2nd floor, that big brown building. There's a bunch of crafters. Some are from the village of Chimney Rock who've taken up residence there since Chimney Rock washed away. But there are other crafters from the Blue Ridge Craft Trail, so you'll want to go up there and visit and leave some of your money with them because they're having trouble keeping it together, as we all are in Western North Carolina. So thanks for being here to support this today. And you heard about the QR code. You can actually sit there when somebody sings something you love so very much. Get on those Facebook streams and go ahead and hit that QR code and make a little donation. You know, you could make $5 donation for every group that comes up here. That'd come out to about $30. Wouldn't that be good? We want you to share this with your friends and neighbors. Eventually this will be available on our website at blueridgeheritage.com. I want to make sure I don't mess that up. But right now I want to bring up one of my great musical companions, Josh Goforth, and we're going to do one for you. All of us that went through the hurricane wrote a flood song. I think Josh's is the only one I've heard that's kind of bright and cheery. The rest are, you're going to need to go get beer right now. I was in Raleigh at IBMA when the storm hit on the 15th floor of a hotel. And the whole festival, I was to MC a big stage for the state of North Carolina, and the whole festival was put on hold because of the hurricane that was actually hitting Raleigh at that time. I know there's some folks here from Raleigh. Tornadoes went through the night before, the tornado sirens went off, but when the hurricane hit in Western North Carolina, none of us really knew what had happened. We didn't know if our homes were there. We didn't know if our families were there. Several bands from our region couldn't get there. Steep Canyon Rangers were supposed to close the whole festival and they couldn't get there, and other artists stepped up to fill those roles. Balsam Range couldn't get there, but I'll tell you one band that was there, and they're our host band today on this stage, was Unspoken Tradition. I'll tell you a little bit more about them in a minute. But this is on my brand new CD, which came out yesterday, called On That Day, and the band name is the Knackered Ramblers. Knackered means old and tired. I fit that bill. My duet partner on that CD is Mike Compton, so go pick some up down here at the Merchant Tent. Here's On That Day. As my world was swept away, I saw the barn go down and the water rushing round. The earth all moved away on that town. The people, they were gone, they had drowned. As the skies began to clear, the sun so brightly shone, we couldn't believe the loss of our home. Some say it is God's wrath, but I won't believe that talk. It was man who held the blame on that day.
We will land on the shore. We'll land on the shore. We'll land on the shore, and we'll sing forevermore. We will land on the shore. We will land on the shore. We will land on the shore, and we'll sing forevermore.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you so much. It's so interesting because, you know, I wrote those words. I'm not a songwriter. I wrote all those words about things I actually saw, and one of the performers today really was in that town that washed away, so you'll hear more about that later. I'm bringing up Unspoken Tradition now. Just give them a big hand for being spectacular. We'll start right there. These are good fellers right here. They've helped out the Heritage area a lot, and they've been real community servants in our region since this whole storm hit. They're inspired by their blend of roots, traditional music, and newgrass music. They're all North Carolina based. Actually, everybody on this set's North Carolina based. And their music carries the soul of Appalachian storytelling. They've earned chart-topping success with #1 positions in Bluegrass Today for Weary Town, which you'll hear today, Weeds Don't Wither, California, and Dark Side of the Mountain, alongside Irons in the Fire and Carolina in Tennessee. Unspoken Tradition is a fast rising voice for a new generation of roots music artists. Although they've been around for a while. Y'all been rising for a while, I think, haven't you? Yeah, but they're here today. They're here to tell you their story. They've got a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Unspoken Tradition.
The incredible Laura Boosinger, everyone. This is a song about our home. This is a song about your home, too.
Brothers and sisters, come hear me now. I'm tired of plowing that same old ground. I'm cast out so far from home. Gardens lie empty, I'm forced to roam. Return, my mother has said. Return, my son, not forsake this land. For simple signs, simple square, it's all mine. A couple trees, a little creek, a place to live, a place to breathe. It's been there longer than me, longer than my little family. Daddy gave it to me. Final breath, an inheritance sealed by death. Man can do all kinds of things with his machines and hands, but no matter how hard he tries, he'll never create land. That built his cabin there in the far corner of that square, and that's where I am today, living life the simple way. Man can do all kinds of things with his machines and hands, but no matter how hard he tries, never create land. Rest your legs, warm your eyes by the fire that burns inside. When the time comes, my only son, pass this land on as I have done. things with his machines and hands. But no matter how hard he tries, he'll never create land. For simple lines, for simple signs, but it's all mine. For simple lines, for simple signs.
Thank y'all.
and now it works. Way more technology than I know what to deal with. That was great, you guys. We're going to bring up Lance Wills right now. Lance is a singer-songwriter, lives over in Swannanoa. He has a harrowing tale about his family being in their house when the water started to remove their home from their foundation. I'm not going to talk very much. I'm going to let him tell you that story. He's going to sing a couple songs for us, things he's written, I betcha.
I've been playing with this guy here, Lance Mills, for 30 years, or as he likes to call it, 3 decades. Use this? Sure. And we go back, way back to meeting each other right next to the waters of the Swannanoa River, a little college up in the mountains, just north of here called Warren Wilson College. And we had an early bluegrass band back in the 90s where we were picked and sang together. And Lance has one of the most impactful stories, I think, that I've heard of the entire valley and where he lives right there, and survived the flood. He escaped by busting a hole in his roof with his family while they crawled out as his house swept away. He was caught by some pine trees just in time for the water rescue units to come get him. His story has been told in Rolling Stone and in magazines and publications all over western North Carolina, but he didn't mean to become infamous in quite that way. He meant to become infamous for his music, and he certainly has with me. He's going to sing you some songs about the flood, an earlier flood and the current one. Make you welcome my dear friend and now yours, Mr. Lance Mills.
Well, howdy, y'all. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting this benefit. It's very wonderful to see all of you. I'd like to start off with a song that I wrote after the flooding that we had in 2004. In September of that year, we had 3 hurricanes in a row and about 40 inches of rain in the month of September. And we did pretty well in that storm, but it was rough for a lot of folks. I'm going to ask my good friend Mark Fuller here to help me on the harmonies. This one's called Man, It Rained. Well, the weather came running up the hill and settled in like it was gonna stay. The clouds opened up a little wider than they ought to. Man, it rained and rained and rained. It poured like an upside down fountain from a sky that held a steady ray, like the world crying over the mountain. Man, it rained and rained and rained. Cloud bursts are washing down the gully in little rivers made of running clay. The creeks are rising high and ain't nothing still dry. Man, it rained and rained and rained. It poured like an upside down fountain from a sky that held a steady gray, like the world crying over the mountain. Man, it rained and rained and rained. much. Amen to that. Whoever said that is a smart person.
Thanks, Dad.
All right, so that one was written 20-some years ago. Fast forward to September of 2024, and the outlook for us was not quite as cheery, and hence the mood of this song is probably a little bit less cheery, but it's all stuff that actually happened. It's called I Ain't Mad at the River. And I'll explain that to you if you want to know after the show. We're clipped on time there. The clouds one by one took their place. It rained and rained and rained again today. Didn't think the water would rise up to the floor till we saw it running underneath our door. The day the peaceful river turned into an angry lake, that muddy water took all it could take. I ain't mad at the river flowing to the sea, but I can't get back what the river took from me. By the time that rainy morning had gone by, we grabbed some things and said our first goodbye. We came out with our lives and our haunting memories. Most of what was left flowed down the stream. Now it ain't the river's fault that it did what rivers do. Waves the storm ain't all we've been through. I ain't mad at the river flowing to the sea, but I can't get back what the river took from me. That flood was mighty rough, but us mountain folks are tough. We all rose up to do what we could do. Neighbors helping neighbors, strangers helping strangers. No love, all that we could do. We've come a good long way through the tears and through the mud. Traveled through the taking of the flood. I ain't mad at the river flowing to the sea, 'cause I can't get back what the river took from me. No, I can't get back what the river took from me. No, I can't get back what the river took from me. Thank y'all so much.
Lance Mills, y'all. Todd, you want to talk a little bit about what Healing the Hollers is all about?
Yeah, Healing the Hollers is this is a bit of a kickoff event. You know, it's something to you get to a point where you've gone through enough of the trauma and the recovery, and you're ready to move on to the healing part. And this is a bit of a kickoff event to be a bit of boots on the ground and bringing music to the communities that have suffered a lot of the, not just physical damage, but psychological damage, to bring some joy back to some of our friends and neighbors through the power of music. Of course, all these folks here are having a cathartic experience just by getting out and playing and talking about what happened to them and writing songs about it. So a part of the Appalachian story, once again, is a story of resilience, but it's a story of hardship, and it's also a story of pulling yourselves up by the bootstraps. And this chapter in Appalachian history of the flood of 2024 is going to be a profound one, but I think that the art, the community building, and the virtue that comes out as a result is going to be another thing that we look back on and say, we did it, we grew from it, and we came together. So this is a bit of a kickoff inaugural event of folks coming together and performing for you all. And we want to thank the Earl Scruggs Festival and for all of you that are attending this special program here at Earl Scruggs. So look for more of Healing the Hollers. There should be probably some more social media and website information that's going to be sort of developing. It's in progress. This is a seminal kickoff event. And this event, of course, is being broadcast by the Bluegrass Situation. We want to thank our partners there. And the Blue Ridge Music Trails, our partners that are going to benefit from the awareness and the fundraising that we're doing today and ongoing as well. We see Angie out there from the organization. So thank you again. Let's give Earl Scruggs Fest a big round of applause for being able to take a chance on bringing the message of recovery as a special part of this festival. We're going to do a couple more songs here and kind of roll along. We'll keep it a little bit dismal here, right?
Yeah,
we don't want to get too happy yet. We kind of want the set to follow the track that we went through as we went through the recovery of the storm. So there's the dark hours, and then eventually the lighter moments that will go as we come through the set.
It's true to bluegrass, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't be bluegrass. It wasn't depressing.
Lonesome, depressing, but it sounds happy.
Happy melodies, depressing lyrics, just like Appalachia brought you. Here's one for you called Carolina Rain.
All too often you find out life ain't what it's supposed to be. And I wonder what it was I did so wrong. Wonder if I'm ever gonna come back home. Hang my head in sorrow, hang my head in shame, and I walk out in the Carolina rain. Sorrow, hang my head in shame, and I walk out in the Carolina. I'll be gone before you know it. My time is what it's meant to be. I'll just walk on down the highway, let the rain wash over me. And I wonder what it was I did so wrong. Wonder if I'm ever gonna come back home. Hang my head in sorrow, hang my head in shame, and I walk out in the Carolina rain. Hang my head in sorrow, hang my head in shame, and I walk out in the Carolina rain.
Thank you so much. We did a cover song that we didn't realize how much it was going to make sense to us. At the time we recorded it, we did a fun video on top of Citizen Vinyl Records in downtown Asheville with the cityscape behind us. This was back before the storm came. And then we found out, as soon as we got power back and our lives back again, just how much this song makes sense. I hope you guys like it. It's a little 90s Alabama cover for you.
I'm in a hurry to get things done. Oh, I rush till life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die. But I'm in a hurry and don't know why. Don't know why. Gotta drive so fast, my car's nothing to prove. It's not new, but it'll do 0 to 60 in 5.2. Oh, I'm in a hurry to get things done. Oh, I rush until life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die. But I'm in a hurry and don't know why. Can't be late, leaving plenty of time, shaking hands with the clock. I can't stop, I'm on a roll and I'm ready to rock. Oh, I'm in a hurry to get things done. Oh, I rush until life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die. But I'm in a hurry and don't know why. Says I'm running behind, better pick up my pace. It's a race and there ain't no room for someone in second place. Till life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die. But I'm in a hurry and don't know why. I'm in a hurry to get things done. Oh, I rush till life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die. But I'm in a hurry and don't know why.
Thank y'all.
Laura's going to introduce this very special next section of the program here. Our good friends, Nest of Singing Birds from Madison County, North Carolina.
Break a leg.
Okay, we're still on. These two young ladies have been here doing some other workshops this weekend. They have been traveling all over the region. Actually, they've been in Canada, and they opened the Newport Folk Festival. Yeah. And as Sheila, do you want to? This is Sheila K. Adams and Donna Ray Norton. Sheila's a 7th generation ballad singer. Donna Ray is an 8th generation. They come from Madison County, which has the longest unbroken ballad singing tradition in the country. Yes. It's right here in western North Carolina. So when they got introduced at the Newport Folk Festival, the feller turned to Sheila and said, "How does it feel to be opening the oldest folk festival in the country?" And she said,
I ain't there yet, but I will be next weekend.
which is the Mountain Dancing Folk Festival in Asheville, which is approaching 100 years. So Sheila Kay set them straight up there in Yankee World. They didn't know what the heck they were talking about. They're the Nest of Singing Birds, y'all. They are representing the ambassadors for the North Carolina Music Office. Did you know we had one? Make sure you click on those QR codes, people out there in Radio Land, and also you here today, and help support the work of the Blue Ridge National Heritage Area, which supports things like the Nest of Singing Birds.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Laura always gives the best introductions. So my name's Donna Ray Norton, and I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about the song I'm about to sing, but also just let you know that Sheila and I co-host the monthly ballad swap that happens the second Wednesday of every month at the Old Marshall Jail Hotel and Zadie's Restaurant.
Which is coming up this coming
Yes,
Wednesday
it is.
night.
It's right in downtown Marshall, and we've been doing that for about 2 years. There's lots of reverb. I'm hearing
Oh,
the
that's
reverb.
mine is as hot as a
It's
pistol here.
reverbing.
As a $4 pistol.
Hotter than a $2 pistol?
Or a $4.
Or $4, however many dollars you got. So we host the monthly ballad swap that happens at the Old Marshall Jail Hotel and Zadie's Restaurant the second Wednesday of every month at 6 o'clock. And so when the hurricane happened, Sheila and I had a talk, and we wound up taking the ballad swap on the road, but we were actually the first people to sing in downtown Marshall, in the Old Marshall Jail right after the hurricane happened. That's right. Yeah, and so they got this idea when they saw Sheila and I singing down there in the shell of our hometown, that they were going to record an album called the Resonance Sessions. And so they were going to record it in the shell of the Old Marshall Jail, and Sheila and I were, the ballad singers, were asked to be part of the album. And we were in town the day of the recording, and Josh Stein happened to be there that day. And so the ballad singers, Sheila had to go the day before because she had a gig the day that we were going down there. But so the ballad singers had met him as he was walking through town and everything. And Josh Kopus, the owner of the jail, comes up to me and he's like, "Donna Ray," because I was the last one to go. He says, "Donna Ray, how would you feel if I can get Josh Stein to come and sit in on your set?" And this was before he was elected. And I was like, I don't know. I practiced a new song, to go on this album. Like, it's about recovery and resilience and all that sort of thing. And he was like, "Well, figure it out, because I'm going to go get him. He's going to come in here and you're going to do it." And I was like, "Okay," And so he comes in, and I was going to sing the song that I had practiced called Camp a Little While in the Wilderness, but Fine Sally came out. And Josh Stein, now Governor Josh Stein, did sit in on my session. And he came up to me after I got done singing, and he said, "Girl, you just did that." He gave me a big old hug. And so I've hung out with him like 3 different times now. And I was actually going to sing at his inauguration, me and Sheila both. And so.
And it snowed.
And then it stupid snowed. So we didn't get to do that. But, he's now our friend, Governor Josh Stein. So, yeah. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a reason why I'm singing a murder ballad on this album of resilience and, hope and all that. So this is the song I wound up singing. And this is called Fine Sally, and I learned this from Kaz Wallen from Sodom, Laurel, North Carolina. There was a rich lady from London, she came. Fine Sally, Fine Sally, Fine Sally was her name. And she had more money And it was on this fair maid that he casted his eye. Controlled by her beauty, he held her most dear. He's courted her truly 1 day plus 1 year. One night as they pleasured, he fell to his knees, crying, Sally, oh Sally, won't you marry me? She said, I don't hate you, Willie, no, nor no other man, but to say that I love one is more than I can. He clumb on his horse and away he did speed, crying, Sally, oh Sally, you'll pay for this deed. I'll curse you, Sally, all the rest of my days, and I'll never forgive you for your lying ways. Fine Sally took sick and she knowed not why. Her chambers all thought that she surely would die. They called for the doctor for the want of a cure, for pain and her misery could not be endured. Up rode the young doctor, to her bed he drew nigh. Her chambers all parted and moved to the side. Is that you, Willie? Oh, my sight, it grows dim. I fear for my present and my future seems grim. Says, yes, I am the doctor, can cure or can kill, but to say I forgive you is more than I will. Then damn your soul, Willie, you can be on your way, for to beg you for mercy is not in my sway. From off in her fingers pulled diamond rings 3, says, here is your token to remember poor me. And as you dance on my grave, sir, shed not no tears for me. Just remember you're a-dancing on Sally, your queen.
Good job.
Fine, Sally.
Good job. Great.
Thank you.
So I was trying to think of an old love song. That's what we called all of them. There in the little community of Sodom, where I grew up in Madison County, we called them all love songs. It didn't matter how many people's heads got cut off and kicked against the wall, they were all love songs. So I was trying to think of one that did talk about maybe floods or whatever, and I couldn't think of one. But then I thought of one that I learned from Kaz Wallen, ballad singer over home, and the final verse by Tommy Gerald, a great fiddle player from Mount Airy, North Carolina. So it's called God Give Noah the Rainbow Sign. And some of you might know it, but it's certainly appropriate for what we went through almost a year ago, actually. And I have come to look at Helene. I've named it, renamed it. It is not Helene, it is Helene. So right before Helene came crawling up through the upstate of South Carolina to smack into the mountains like something alive, and instead of dissipating, it went right up the mountain and over into all the hollers and coves there in western North Carolina. And literally, I dreamed about it for weeks, how this big something was coming to the bottom of the mountains. And it did. And there it was. And let's hope that never happens again. But here's God Give Noah the Rainbow Sign with a little extra verse from Tommy Gerald. God give Noah the rainbow sign, don't you see? God give Noah... Wait, that's too high. I'm trying to sing on her pitch, and hell, I hadn't done that in 40 years anyway. God give Noah the rainbow sign, don't you see? God give Noah the rainbow sign, don't you see? God give Noah... I'm still too high. I'm going to have to go way down in my real voice. Way down. All right. God give Noah the rainbow sign, don't you see? God give Noah the rainbow sign, don't you see? God give Noah the rainbow sign, no more water but fire next time. Hide me, oh rock of ages, cleft for me. Poor old Lazarus, poor as I, can't you see? Poor old Lazarus, poor as I, can't you see? Poor old Lazarus, poor as I, he's got a home way up high. Hide me, oh rock of ages, cleft for me. Let's see what's east and west, fire will roll, hide thou me. East and west, fire will roll, hide thou me. East and west, fire will roll, God have mercy on my poor soul. Hide me, oh rock of ages, cleft for me. And here's Tommy Gerald's, God give Noah a little piece of vine, don't you see? God give Noah a little piece of vine, don't you see? God give Noah a little piece of vine, he got higher than a Georgie pine. Hide me, oh rock of ages, cleft for me. There you go.
Yeah. So much. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
I forgot to tell you all that Sheila is a National Endowment Heritage Arts Award winner. It's the very highest recognition that our federal government gives for traditional artists, and I'm proud to call her my sister and proud that she has gone around the world bringing our North Carolina music to the masses. Don't forget to check out those Facebook pages. If you're feeling like you just want to be in the moment, you can go home and go to BlueRidgeHeritage.com and also donate there. We also want to give a shout out to the North Carolina Arts Council Foundation, which gave the Heritage area money to distribute to artists around the region, because we found that a lot of the funding went to Asheville, but it didn't necessarily go to Spruce Pine or to Stokoa or to Old Fort or to Mount Airy. So the foundation helped us get money to other artists who were in affected areas. We're going to stay right in Madison County for another minute. Y'all met Josh Goforth a few minutes ago. I'd be surprised if there's anybody in this room that doesn't know about Josh and his great work. He's a phenomenal instrumentalist, a great singer, a songwriter of unparalleled. He's going to sing at least one song he's written. He's a producer, and he is a fantastic storyteller. I'm proud to be called his second mama. Please make welcome Josh Goforth.
Thanks, Laura. Well, I was lucky to grow up in Madison County in the little town of Marshall, and I know that y'all probably saw Marshall on the news a lot during Helene. But I was so lucky because I got to meet 6 of my great-grandparents, all born in the late 1800s. And I love to go hear them tell stories, you know, like my great-granddad Baker told me about the time that he rode across the French Broad River on a sow hog. I said, Paul, weren't you scared? He said, well, no, I wasn't scared one bit. He said, well, I'd watch Mommy wash enough dishes to know that grease floats on water. He was some kind of character. He told me about the 1916 flood. He said that it was just one of the most unbelievable things he ever saw when he was a young man. And it just almost destroyed Marshall. But the old depot, the old train depot, still stood even after the flood of 1916. Now, when I was in high school, me and my friend Jerry Adams, a great musician from Madison County, helped start a music event at the Marshall Depot. They renovated the depot, and I would go down there every Friday night. It's where I got my first fiddle from Marvin Faulkner. And we just would get down there and jam, and there's so many memories tied to the depot. Fast forward to the morning of Helene, and I don't think it really hit what had truly happened until I saw the pictures that my mother sent of the old train depot gone. And it was then that I really, just at that moment, my heart was sort of broken. And I ended up writing this song actually a week before Helene. But, you know, there comes a time in all of our lives where we just look to find someone that we can lean on and someone that will just guide us and show us where to go and just tell us that they love us. And so here's a song I wrote called Show and Tell. I don't have a notion where the winds may blow. I'm out on the ocean, tossing to and fro. Lightning strikes the mainsail, angry waves take form, fighting through the dark gale on this sea of storms. So take my hand, show me where you wanna go. Take my hand and tell me that you love me so. I've walked endless highways, run through city lights, flown right over dark days, crawled in sunny nights. I've hung out with the wrong crowd, scoffed at all the saints, belted out my song loud, mocked what Van Gogh paints. So take my hand and show me where you wanna go. Take my hand and tell me that you love me so. Shining from the rocky shore, storm cloud silver lining, moonlight on the floor. We won't count the hours, just enjoy the high. Smile at Van Gogh's flowers, paint the starry sky. Through it fly. So take my hand and show me where you wanna go. Take my hand and tell me that you love me so. Just take my hand and show me where you wanna go. Take my hand and tell me that you love me so. Well, there I was on the morning that it happened, and we had to cut down like 4 trees to get out of our driveway. And my first thought was I want to go check on my buddy David Holt. I played with David for 20 years, one of the most rewarding experiences getting to play with David and Laura. And we get on 240 around Asheville, and the water had just covered every exit. There was no way to get there. So I decided to go to West Asheville and just see. I had some older friends out that way, and I just wanted to look around and just see how I could help. And I could have been really depressed looking at this scene. Some things that I saw was, just horrific. But for every terrible thing I saw, I bet I saw 100 acts of kindness. And I got hope. I got to see some scenes like I saw an older gentleman who had his head in his hands, and he was just crying. And this little girl walks up to him, and she just hugs him, the biggest hug I've ever seen in my life. I saw a young couple carrying 5-gallon buckets of water and handing it to all the people in the neighborhood. I saw something I never thought I'd see. I saw big truck rednecks hugging Asheville hippies, if you can believe it. And you know what? It was at that moment that a phrase came back to me that my granddad said to me when I was just a little boy. He was retired from the railroad, and he worked just as hard after he retired. And I said, Papa, you're working so hard now. You work harder than you ever worked on the railroad. I'm like, you're retired. He said, son, I ain't a-laying down till my ship comes in. That's what he told me. And that phrase came back to me because if there's anything we have in Western North Carolina, it is hope. And we ain't laying down till our ship comes in. So here's my song that I wrote about Helene, Ain't Laying Down. I ain't laying till my ship comes in. It don't matter what shape I'm in. One step, two step, get up again. Ain't laying down till my ship comes in. I might be left hung out to dry, run through the ringer and just scrape by. Oh, I'll nickel and dime till my shoes get thin. Ain't laying down till my ship comes in. I ain't laying down till my ship comes in. It don't matter what shape I'm in. One step, two step, get up again. Ain't laying down till my ship comes in. Now the creek might rise and the sky might fall, the elements rumble and the sirens call. Oh, I'll plow right through, take it on the chin. Ain't laying down till my ship comes in. Oh, I ain't laying down till my ship comes in. It don't matter what shape I'm in. One step, two step, get up again. Ain't laying down till my ship comes in. Now I used to worry, I used to fret, I used to ask why it ain't come yet. Oh, but I know now what I didn't know then. I ain't laying down till my ship comes in. No, I ain't laying down till my ship comes in. It don't matter what shape I'm in. One step, two step, get up again. I ain't laying down till my ship comes in. I said one step, two step, get up again. And I ain't laying down till my ship comes in. Thank y'all.
What about that Josh Goforth now? I'm proud of that young man. We started playing music together when he was 14, and he's now 44. So I like to say I was responsible for all that talent, but I really wasn't. I'm excited to bring up this next duo. You know them as Zoe and Cloyd. Their names are Natalia Zoe Weinstein and John Cloyd Miller. They are a great husband and wife act. They sometimes carry a banjo player and a bass player. Today they're going to work some with Unspoken Tradition. They're from Fairview. They had their own story about what happened in the flood in Fairview, North Carolina. Yeah, shout out to Fairview. And a lot of destruction in that community and a lot of tragedy, but as you'll hear from Zoe and Cloyd, they really pulled through that. Natalia grew up with a grandfather playing klezmer music, and John grew up with a grandfather who is a historic figure in our traditional music. His name is Jim Shoemake. If you check out the Down the Road, you guys come on up here. Come on. Check out the Down the Road podcast on BlueRidgeMusicNC.com. We did a podcast recently about Jim Shoemake. Natalia and John and I talked, and we put together some really cool things about him. There's 6 seasons of that podcast, which actually has been running on WNCW and other stations around the country and the world. So when you're snowed in this winter, sit down with your computer and listen to some of those. You'll get a good education. You'll hear a lot of good music. And John's an award-winning songwriter, and just last week they released a new single called The Road That Might Have Been. Check that out. Y'all put your hands together for Zoe and Cloyd.
How about that Laura Boosinger, folks? Thanks so much for being here at this wonderful event. This is a really special collaboration that we've got going on here. I'd like to thank Ty Gilpin and for kind of spearheading this idea and getting so many fine folks together to do this. We're going to do a song here that we wrote. We didn't really set out to necessarily write a storm song, but we live along the banks of Cane Creek in Fairview, North Carolina, outside of Asheville. And obviously there was a lot of flooding in our area too, and the bridge to our neighborhood was gone, and they just started working on that this week, and it serves a whole neighborhood of folks, so we're very excited about that. But long story short, a couple days after the the hurricane, our neighbor.
A few weeks after the
a
hurricane.
few weeks, I don't know. Days and weeks run together now, but we weren't really in songwriting mode. We were in survival mode like many other people in the region. And our neighbor down the road, a good, wonderful friend of ours and songwriter himself, Doug Norton.
He's right out there.
Who's right out there? Sent me these lyrics, and he said, these just came to me. We still don't have power in the neighborhood, and we were down in Hickory. And he said, just if you're in the mood to do something with this, great. And, admittedly, we weren't really in songwriting mode, but then we started messing with these lyrics, and, it was the kind of like almost like the therapy you didn't know that you needed, And so we came up with this little song, and it's been that therapy. So it's called Lineman.
Yeah, it's dedicated to all the hardworking people that have helped us in the year since the storm. It's been incredible to see all the people come out and assist, and especially those linemen that had to repair so many power lines. So thank you to everybody who pitched in.
We had been 16 days without power or so, and we were wondering if the linemen could get into our neighborhood, which is essentially the side of a mountain, and restore power. And that's what came to Doug, and that's what the song is about. So.
Watched the rivers moan and swell, left us nothing but a story to tell. The river rose and split in two, and I can't get from me to you. Could be months if the word is true. What if the lineman can't get through? What if the lineman can't get through? They set power in a day or two, but there's mountains in the way, and the hillside is sliding away. Can't say if we're hoping we'll have a bridge again, but for now the road is gone. What if the winter stays too long? The sun will rise and heal the land, and we will lend a helping hand. Don't know how and we don't know who. What if the lineman can't get through? What if the lineman can't get through? They set power in a day or two, but there's mountains in the way, and the hillside is sliding away. Someday again I'll sing this song in a cozy room where I belong. Crystal waters in the tap, cat lies sleeping in your lap. But tonight the camp lights dim, joy and sorrow fight within. I pray they'll know just what to do. What if the lineman can't get through? What if the lineman can't get through? They set power in a day or two, but there's mountains in the way, and the hillside is sliding away.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, folks. All right.
John here playing guitar wrote a song that we recorded last year, and at the time that we got the song from him, we were thinking this is a great dedication really to communities struggling anywhere. In our minds, we had the Kenton, North Carolina, when the mill was closing down about that time when we got the song. We put it out, it got some attention. It actually was a #1 song for us on the Bluegrass radio chart, so we were really proud to have John songwriting get some attention in that way. Fast forward, here we are, just about a year ago. We're in Raleigh, North Carolina. The storm has hit back home. We haven't heard from our families in 48 hours. We're not sure where they are. We don't know if there's a tree on the house. We don't know the condition of the areas and the floodwaters where they were, if the houses were still there. Information is coming into us that people back home can't even see because they've lost internet connection. So there we are, somewhat terrified and about to take the stage. And I looked at the guys and I said, Wearytown is going to take on a whole new meaning for us. And it did, and it's since become a theme for us as we've traveled throughout the country, raising awareness for the struggles of the communities of Western North Carolina. And when we play it now, it seems like you can just about hear a pin drop. So the magic of songs is they take on a new meaning all the time. We want to thank John for writing this and for the magic in this song and the meaning it's given us throughout this year, and hopefully the meaning it gives you when you hear it. It's called Wearytown. We're going to have John and Audie both sing it. And start to conclude the Hill and the Hollers set with this and maybe a couple more here. Thank y'all so much. We hope you like this at Wearytown.
Storefronts closed, no light on at the bar. What if we just vanished? Would anyone care? Appeal to above, who would say a prayer?
Worked hard, so much more to do. One more flood, one more factory gone. What's it gonna take for us to hold on?
Let the rains pour down, wash away this weary town. Any hope to hold on to anymore? Let the teardrops fall. Feels like we're up against the levee wall, and I know we're gonna drown in this weary town. It's just a ghost now and days gone by. Empty road on a Sunday drive. Wonder will we ever get it back again? Maybe someday, but I don't know when. about the lessons that we still have yet to learn. There's a wistful question turning over in my mind. Will we trade tomorrow for another place and time? I know we're gonna drown in this weary town.
Thanks, it's a privilege to play that with you guys. We're gonna do one more Unspoken Tradition song here, I believe, and then we're gonna have a little bit of a finale. And get everybody back out to sing a little bit.
I gotta grab a cable for him.
We're going to make some pops and noises and work on the slick part of the show now.
That was one of the hippies that got the hug. No, I think Josh really hit the nail on the head. What we saw in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene was, as Fred Rogers said, look for the helpers, and the helpers were everywhere. There you go, Audie's a helper. Thank you, buddy.
Now let me remember to plug myself back in.
This is another song off of our most recent release. The name of the full album is Resilience. This is a song that also did really well for us out there, and it's a great song that we've enjoyed playing as we've traveled all through the Southeast and up the coast this summer, because it reminds us of the little moments in lives that we must all cherish, and we're so glad that Sav brought this one to the group.
Yeah, this is, as Ty said, this is a song that talks about the moments in your life and how they may seem fleeting, but in the end, those are the things that matter. And every time we have a chance to play this on stage is one of those moments, and I think this is definitely one of those moments. If you would, please give a big hand for everyone you've seen on stage here today. This has been a really special endeavor for us. Healing the Hollers is all about bringing the Western North Carolina music community together and to share our stories with the community at large, and for us to heal as well by sharing the things that we care about. And this song, I think, talks about that really well. Here's Moments. Memories and photographs, they seem like little things to you, pieced together from the past. Melodies still ring true, broken picture on the wall. She's still smiling through the glass. She remembered me at all. It seems those moments never last. They turn us all around, lift us up and knock us down. Moments come on like the tide, put us on the path, push us to the side. That old clock has stopped at 9. It hasn't moved in quite a while. The one that Mama used to wind back when I was a child. Some would say that I'm a fool living through these souvenirs, but the moments that they hold echo through destiny. They turn us all around, lift us up and knock us down. Moments come on like the tide, put us on a path to push us to the side. That's the truth I've come to know. That's the way our story goes. Those moments make our life. To the side. That's the truth I've come to know. That's the way our story goes. Those moments make our life. That's the truth I've come to know. That's the way our story goes. Those moments make our life. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Scruggs Fest, and thank you so much for coming to the Heel and the Holler set. We're going to do a big, everybody back up here and just do a, see if we can help.
Josh Goforth.
Ruin everybody. Coming up, Lance Mills.
Zoe Cloyd. The Nest of Singing Birds.
At least Donna Ray.
Donna Ray Norton. Lance Mills.
And the uncompromisable and unstoppable, your hosts. For Heel and the Hollers, give a big round for Laura Boosinger over there. She's setting us all up.
All right. So as we were talking about something to do all together, Lance came up with this suggestion, and I think it couldn't be more appropriate.
I want to say a couple more thank yous. First of all, to IMAVL, who's been live streaming this the whole day. To our partners, WNCW, the Jazz Foundation, the North Carolina Arts Council is always our partner. And thank you for supporting the Blue Ridge National Heritage Area and this project, the Blue Ridge Music Trails of North Carolina. Our music heritage is important, our craft heritage is important, our heritage in Western North Carolina is important, and I can't think of asking for any better ambassadors than all these folks that have been up here today. Please give them all your gratitude.
Yeah.
How about a big round of applause for Laura Boosinger?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You want to talk about cultural ambassador? Laura has spent her life and career being that for Western North Carolina, so we are very, very happy to have her here as well.
All right. Yeah, they wanted to sing Will the Circle Be Unbroken, and I said, that's about somebody's dead mother. Could we pick it up just a little bit so that y'all will know the chorus on this uncloudy day? All right, fiddles, banjo. Banjo, kick that thing off for us.
tell me of a home where all my friends are gone. Oh, they tell me of a land far away, where the tree of life is in eternal bloom, in the fragrance of the unclouded day.
Oh, the land of cloudless day. Oh, the land of an unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where the storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day.
Oh, let's hear those mandolins.
Oh, they tell me of a king and his beauty there. They tell me that mine eyes should behold, where he sits on a throne that is whiter than snow, in the city that is made of gold.
Oh, the land of cloudless day. Oh, the land of an unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where the storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, they tell me that he smiles on his children there, and his smiles drive their sorrow all away. And they tell me that no tears ever come no more in that lovely land of unclouded day.
Y'all sing it with us.
Oh, the land of cloudless day. Oh, the land of an uncloudy sky. Oh, they tell me of a home when the storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day.
Thank you all so much.
Lance
Scruggs
Mills, Zoe Cloyd, Unspoken Tradition, Josh Goforth, A Nest of Singing Birds, and me. Thank you. We are grateful and thankful that y'all would be here with us today. And thanks to the Earl Scruggs Festival and the Jazz Foundation one more time.